Welcome to the electrifying world of the Marketing AI SparkCast, the go-to podcast for uncovering the revolutionary influence of artificial intelligence in the realm of marketing. Join Aby Varma, a visionary in B2B marketing, as he guides you through the dynamic and ever-evolving landscape where technology meets creativity. Each episode promises to ignite your curiosity and inspire you to harness the formidable power of AI to redefine the future of marketing. Get ready to fuel your mind with innovative ideas and trailblazing strategies that will set your brand ablaze in the digital marketplace.
Hey, everybody. So I love that inner join in my data table said no marketer ever. That is the pretext of this episode that you guys are going to be tuning in to today. I have often seen marketers who love insights, but hate the technical and engineering aspects to get there. And with AI, we're moving to an era where people are now getting comfortable wanting to really talk to their data and get insights without going through the traditional long-run process of data to aggregation to visualization and insights in that process. So I know marketers, they love to eat the sausage, but do not like the sausage making. So with that as the pretext, I'm going to introduce you guys to a very fascinating individual, Daniel Kravtsov, who is the CEO and founder of Improvado. Improvado is a tool that de-silos marketing data, brings it all together without any engineering resources, and they use AI and more, and we're going to learn all about it. Daniel, welcome to the show.
Hi, Aby. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. It's a fascinating topic, and I know near and dear to a lot of marketers who love making data-driven decisions, but are not big fans of the process of getting there. Maybe we can just start off by you giving us a little bit of background about yourself and a little bit about Improvado, on how the journey began and where you are in the process.
Yeah, my name is Daniel. My background, I'm computer science engineer. I won national, international programming Olympiads in university. That's my first company. My previous company, I started in Russia and sold them there. And then I moved here to Bay Area, where I am right now. And we're working at Improvado for the last, I think, 7 years. And what we are doing, we help big brands, enterprise companies aggregate and make sense of their marketing data. We build more than 500 different integrations with marketing and sales platform like Google Analytics, Facebook, AdWords, Instagram, Salesforce, HubSpot, and many others. We extract all data, put it into one data warehouse, and then we have AI agents for marketers to help to understand this data and make insights.
Awesome. There are lots of tools within the analytics realm that exists, from the known universe of data visualization and data aggregation tools that already exist in the market, right? There's lots of those. So what makes Improvado special and different?
Yeah, I think number one differentiation is that we focus on business users and marketers. We don't require technical skills. We also don't compete against traditional visualization tool like Doma or Tableau or Power BI, Looker Studio. So you can still use all these tools, but Improvado will help you extract data, build data models, clean the data, and then customers can use dashboarding tools they used to use. But on top of it, I believe dashboards, they very often not enough. Dashboards very often for executive overview. But when you really want to get insights, you need to interact with your data. You need to talk with your data. You need to dig deeper. And that's where Improvado can really help with our AI agents.
Yeah, that's a great segue into my next question. I come from a B2B marketing background. You know, a lot of data sources, data comes in into some sort of a data warehouse. There's ETL happening, the cleansing happening, data needs to be standardized in some way, and then it eventually gets pushed into dashboards and reports and that sort of process. So it's pretty time consuming, it's laborious, requires technical expertise. With AI, how is that changing that world to where marketers can accelerate the process and get some of that information faster? Or what is the role that AI is playing?
Yeah, there is a very hot topic right now called vibe coding. And I think we have very similar for analytics, we call it vibe analytics. So basically today you can literally just with voice tell to our AI agent, analyze my ROI. And if this is first time you talk with our AI agent will go connect into your platform, extract your data, build data models, and will analyze ROI. Most likely you will, if it's first time you ask AI agent, you need to provide additional context, how exactly you want to track ROI in a very similar way, like you work with marketing analysts. The only difference that it's much faster. So it's almost instantly you will get answers and you can continue conversation and help AI agent to understand you better and build the right data models, build the right visualization. And I think what's important is that you don't need to write any code. You don't need to set up extraction or you don't need to write a SQL queries. So all this communication you can do with AI agent.
Yeah, that's really cool. How do you see that changing things up? Is it making like decision making more real time, or do you feel the typical cycle of understanding insights and changing marketing behavior, doing something different to get different results? Do you think that whole cycle is getting accelerated as a result of this?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. So for example, I personally stop use analysts in our company. All my analytics I do through this AI agents because it's just very fast. So if I talk with a human, even to write clear task for the human, it required a lot of time. But with AI agent, I very often do just stream of consciousness. I'm very fast and AI agent give me result extremely fast. With humans, with our analysts, usually they don't understand exactly what they want. They maybe in a couple hours ask me additional questions and then I reply them back. But with the AI agent, we do wipe analytics. I ask what I need. It may clarify, maybe ask me some additional questions, but it give me result instantly. And I think this speed of iteration is changed a lot. So previously, for example, if I have some hard questions and I need to talk with my analytics team, it took me several days to get an answer. Now it's in order of minutes. But there is another thing where also AI agent can help, because big problem with marketing data is that it's always messy. And there are so many potential problems. Maybe your UTM parameter setup wrong, or maybe campaign name setup wrong, or there is a lot of other issues. For AI agent, it's very easy to find all these problems. And at Improvado, it also can fix you these problems. So, for example, if you have 1,000 mistakes in your campaign names and 100 mistakes with your UTM parameters, it's very time consuming to go back into this platform and fix them. With the AI agent, you can literally fix all of it in a few minutes, just provide the instruction and it will go and fix all problems for you.
Yeah. So it sounds like huge time saver, ability to normalize messy data, like you said, which I know with a lot of marketing organizations, or with most, I would say there is not a standard way of how you name your campaigns and UTM parameters, or there's inconsistencies that sort of creep in over a period of time. But sounds like with AI, that has a potential, that normalization and standardization, in addition to speed, and then not relying on, like you said, human beings, you got to be more precise in what you ask. But with that, let me ask you a follow-up question. In the sort of agentic future, do you see a role for human marketers to be playing alongside these sort of smart and intelligent systems?
Yes, of course. Still, I think even this AI agents are very smart. I think they're still far away to understand the marketing strategy and some higher goals and concepts. So it's still required humans to ask the right questions. And it's important to ask the right question. I think they can replace some analysts, maybe like middle analysts, junior analysts, but still marketers need to basically ask the right questions in order to these AI agents to help them. Yeah, I think it's a collaboration between humans and AI.
Yeah. And you hit the nail on the head. Asking the right question is also an art. I can't tell you how many times me asking my analytics team on, hey, I'm looking for this information. And even if they were to interpret that information correctly and understand my requirements, and then they give me what I wanted, and then I look at the data or the visualization and I'm like, this is great, but not what I wanted. So sometimes even I am not 100% sure of what I wanted unless I see the data, I see the way the data looks, and then I may tweak my question and have to repeat that cycle over and over again. But sounds like with AI and agents, that is certainly possible and this is not the future. It sounds like this is something that is happening now in you are doing.
Yeah. In our company, we build AI agents that can help you build a full data pipeline, extract data, normalize data, build data models, give you insights, find mistakes in the data, and even more, go and fix these mistakes for you. So that's already a reality.
Okay. Now, obviously, like some of the BI platforms that you mentioned earlier, Power BI or Tableau or Domo, these companies are massive companies, the Microsoft and Salesforces of the world. Surely they are thinking along the same lines of leveraging AI and leveraging agents to make consumers of analytics and really insights, make that whole experience much easier. Are you already seeing some of that in the industry? And if so, if you were to forecast this 3 years, 5 years into the future, how do you feel that ecosystem is going to look like?
As today, almost every business have a website. In a couple of years, every business will have AI agents. So all vendors, all tools include the BI tools like Tableau, and they already have some sort of AI agent. It's pretty simple for now, but of course it will evolve. But I think what's important is most of these tools, they're generic. They don't focus on specific problem. And we want to build AI agents for marketers. And it means that it's not only about analyzing your data, it's also extracting your data from the like Facebook and AdWords. It's also understand semantics of your data, because we extract data from Facebook, we extract data from Salesforce, we understand semantic for this data. AI tools, they usually works with data somebody extracted in your data warehouse. They don't understand semantic where it's from. But after you extract data, you need to do actions on top of it. You need to go maybe in Facebook and change your campaign name or change your bid. All this, in our vision, it's all of it should work together. And the AI agent that can solve the whole job from data extraction to data normalization, data QA, data visualization, data insights, and actions, that type of agents, I think, will dominate the market.
So you feel that there will be a time where AI agents would be almost like proactive assistants who are monitoring campaigns and can optimize the performance and sort of a self-improvement cycle?
I think we already have some version of it in our company. Of course, there is a lot of things to do, but yeah, it's definitely already possible to some degree.
Yeah, for a lot of marketers, it's simple things like I was just talking to one of my clients who was dealing with SEO. And even though they have AI technologies that they've deployed in terms of optimizing and accelerating the process of improving their SEO, but the changes that need to be done on their website is extensive and time consuming and human driven. So that's the perfect use case of where they were exploring leveraging AI agents to not only understand the issues in the world of SEO and then what all do they need to fix on the website, but also having the agents to go proactively do it to a matter where the system is self-healing. Like anytime, it detects something that needs to be done, it can go back and optimize the website. So it certainly seems like a promising but fascinating future. I don't know if this relates to you from an analytics standpoint, but just wondering if that is something that you think about the future that comes to mind.
Yeah, I think, again, it's already a reality. So, for example, very common use case for our AI agents to find data anomalies and mistakes in the data. And as soon as it fix it and it raise the equation to marketer, I found this type of mistakes, do you want me fix? And if marketer tell, yes, I want to fix, then it's go to the Facebook or AdWords and fix the problem. So it's already a popular use case. We actually also have internally, we use AI agent for SEO in a very similar way you mentioned. We have 10,000 pages on our website. And we, for example, if you want to add interlinks between these 2,000 pages, that's a lot of work. For humans, it's almost, several months of work for several people. But with AI agents, we are able to do it in a day. So basically, literally, AI agent go into every our page, read it, try to understand which the page is closest, find the right context in the page, add internal link, and then publish it into our website. Yeah, I think SEO specifically and advertisement is low-hanging fruits for AI agents to help because there is so many manual work here. Large language models can easily solve.
That's great, Daniel. One aspect that gives me a pause, there's going to be so much automation and autonomy where you have these systems that are self-healing, self-improving. How can marketers still stay connected to the why behind the numbers? That's so essential, right? But without losing the sense of what exactly is going on.
Yeah, I think because of automation, that's exactly why marketers can get more sense behind why. sometimes I feel like I'm with this AI agent, like I am a kid. I have a daughter, she's 3 years old, and she asks me always, like, why this? And but before AI agent, it was really hard to ask because if I have a questions, I ask to analysts, they return to me next day. If I have one more question, I again ask, they return to me next day. And if I have 10 questions, like a week, and it was very slow. But now with the AI agent, you literally can ask why. So every time I see something doesn't match, and I just ask directly, like, why my conversion dropped down? And the agent is very smart to figure out, okay, let me look at different type of dimension. Let me see some correlation analysis. Let me do this. Let me do this. You maybe need to guide it, but it's actually already really good to give you an answer why if you ask. And what I do, I very often ask, okay, but why is this? But why is this? Can you explain me why, for example, a conversion page on this page is dropped down? And then you start thinking very creatively and look, okay, let me see like your historic data. Let me do this. Let me do this. Um, so I think because of automation, actually, marketers now focus more on why. And when they have this direct connection to this data and they don't have this silos or this layer with human analysts, when every interaction is slow and maybe something lost in communication and translation. So with the AI agent, I think it's easier to be focused on why.
Oh, nice. That's a fascinating way to think about it. It's almost like AI is enabling human marketers to be more curious and get a better understanding of the why in order to develop future strategy.
Yeah. And also it can help them understand data better and the math better. So I still think it's important for marketers understand some basic math. For example, I found that a lot of VP of sales or a lot of marketing directors, they don't know difference between average and medium. And if you ask AI agent, what is my average sales cycle, and it will give you average sales cycle, and the business person will start making decision based on it, it probably will make a lot of mistakes because you probably have couple anomalies in your data point and your average is very different from your median. I think some understanding of math is very important to make a right decision. But again, this is a perfect place where AI agent can help. It just, I think that people need to be brave enough to ask more like high level questions. Is like, what is the best way for me to look at my sales cycle? And the agent will tell, okay, you can look at the average, you can look at median and explain you why one way versus another is better. My point here is that understanding math is important, but if you don't understand it, then ask more broader question, more like high level question for your agent. So it will help you think what type of metrics you actually want to look and why.
That again is so interesting because for a lot of marketers, especially, it's one thing getting individual data sources. I want to see how my website is doing. I want to see website analytics. I want to see my social media analytics. I want to see my form conversions. It's one thing to see all of these data aspects individually. It takes a lot more to really understand the correlation between all of these data sources, which can be opened up by those high level questions, because focus on the overarching outcome and saying that, hey, what are my top performing campaigns and what elements of the campaign contributed to them being high performing. AI could come back and say, yeah, social media was doing really well in this campaign, but paid media was not so good during this window of time for whatever reason, that sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And give power back to marketers.
For sure. I think no data and analytics discussion is going to be complete without talking about data quality in data structures. So I wanted to touch upon that for a little bit. As this is becoming, using AI for analytics or using agents for analytics is going to become more prevalent, do you feel that marketers should really focus on data structures and cleanliness as a prerequisite before they add the AI tools on top of that? Or do you think the data is the data and AI can really help with the cleansing and normalization of it? Or maybe the truth is somewhere in the middle?
Yeah, I think AI is a very generic term. What does it mean, AI? And some AI, your marketing mix modeling, maybe like your regression models, they need clean data. But there is a lot of tools, AI tools, that can help you clean data. Again, I will reference to our AI agent. And the make data clean is actually very complex task, very big problem. Like we see that data is dirty across all our customers. It's a big challenge. And one of the reasons why it's a big challenge, because it's so easy to do mistakes. There is so many human inputs. And when already you run all campaign to double check everything and go back and fix them, it required a lot of manual work. It definitely help if you have AI agents that can focus on your data quality and help you make a data quality better. So then other AI models that like do forecasting and prediction, they will work better. But if you will give a dirty data to your marketing mix model in AI, then it will give you dirty advice. So I think it's important to understand which problem to give to what type of AI. And there are a bunch of AI tools that help you to clean your data. Specifically, our focusing on clean marketing data.
And the other part of data in analytics is obviously trust, right? And with the dynamic between human beings and AI, especially with hallucinations and those sort of things, is still iffy. Like people don't 100% trust the outcome, especially when it comes to analytics, because you're making some critical decisions based on analytics. So if I go to ChatGPT and ask it a question and it gives me the wrong answer qualitatively, the impact of that may not be that big a deal compared to analytics, where people are looking for the data as the source of truth. How do you see that in the world of AI? Because again, if human beings are to use and leverage AI as a co-pilot of sorts to cleanse the data and analyze it and get advice from AI agents and that sort of thing, or, do the vibe analytics thing that you were talking about earlier, it's super important for human marketers to trust AI. And that world is still murky. So maybe talk to us a little bit about your take on that.
I think you should never trust data. My point here is that data is actually always wrong. There is almost never clean data. It's always wrong. And it's important for everyone to understand how wrong is this data and understand like the assumptions behind it, because it's always wrong. There is always some mistakes. It just, are you okay with these mistakes or not? So I think it doesn't matter if humans give you analysis or AI give you analysis. It's important to understand how wrong is this analysis, because it's always wrong, just to some degree. Another point here is that I feel like we, as humans, we are okay to, if a human make a mistake, but if the same mistakes happen with AI, we're less okay. And I personally treat our AI agent as almost like a human. I always double check the work of analyst. I try to make sense of it. And again, as I always know, the data is always wrong. I need to understand how wrong it is. And same with AI agents. It can be maybe give you wrong data because there is ambiguity in the language, or maybe it give you wrong data because you ask a wrong question. So there is also part where AI hallucinates something, but I think it's already not a big problem if you take modern models with thinking capabilities like O1 Pro or Sonnet 3.7 thinking. The hallucination rate is very small. And also what we did in Improvado is that we run multiple models and we compare answers. So it's almost unlikely that both models will hallucinate in the same way. So it's reduced this hallucination from LLM almost towards zero. But still, I think the biggest problem is not that AI will hallucinate. The biggest problem is the same as you have with analysts. Data is always wrong. There is ambiguity in languages. So you need to always look into details into data to understand where exactly it's wrong, and can you live with it?
Yeah, it's almost like validation. So whatever is the output, ask questions to validate the output that was provided earlier, and almost double check that, hey, this feels right, or no, this looks off, and let me dig into why. Very cool. So certainly you guys are doing a lot of cool things in the world of AI and analytics and marketing. What is your vision, let's say, in the next 3 years or so? I usually say 5 years, but these days 5 years is way too much in the future, even 3 years for that matter. But I would love to get your take on how do you see this world of AI analytics and data changing and evolving in the next years?
In 5 years, we will all work for Skynet, but in 3 years, I do believe you start to work with AI marketers. You will have AI marketing analyst and you will work with this entity, and maybe even don't know is it real human or not, because will be no way for you to check. You can email, you can make a call with it. It will have some avatar. You can distinguish it, and you don't know is it real human or not. So we as a company and I personally, we make a big bet on an AI agent. They step by step they will replace us somewhere, collaborate with humans on some small task, and I think in 3 years we will see AI agent CMO that will hire real humans and marketers and real humans and AI agents from other companies. And I think in 3 years, maybe not just CMO, we'll see an entity that will be completely with the AI agent CEO, AI agent CMO, and the whole team. I hope I will still be a CEO in my company, but I'm not sure about it.
Maybe an AI agent is taking over there as well.
We'll build it and then it will fire me.
Daniel, thank you very much. This was a fascinating conversation. To all the listeners, please follow Daniel and Improvado on LinkedIn.